The signs of generosity are everywhere. Since the July wildfire forced residents from Jasper National Park, Hinton has become a second home to so many. At first, the town of 10,000 people became the staging ground for emergency responders. Then, many Jasperites who evacuated through BC eventually made their way to Hinton. Now, the town 80 kilometers east of Jasper is filling up with restoration crews. Hinton's mayor says the wave of new people may be just beginning.
I think here in Hinton we can expect to see more and more people arriving and spending more and more time here.
Nissen says the town hasn't yet tallied how many extra people are in the community.
There's a lot of extra people in town, which puts a lot of extra demands on all the services in Hinton, including our utilities for the water usage, the fire service, the local ambulance service, the police service.
While Hintonites are anxious to help their neighbours, the influx of people is putting pressure on Hinton's already tight housing market. The rental vacancy rate in town has plummeted in the past few years from about 12% to less than 2%. Housing advocates say more landlords are converting suites into short-term rentals, and rent is getting more expensive. A provincial survey found the average rent for a Hinton one-bedroom apartment rose 28% between 2022 and 2023. Two-bedroom apartment prices jumped 27%. This housing advocate says low-income earners and people on support programs are already struggling to find places to live.
Dealing on a daily basis and seeing the people with that desperation and that helplessness on their faces. Because, yeah, there might be a place for rent, but it's way above their budget. People who are working are having a hard time.
The economic impact of the temporary population boom is lopsided. The Hinton Chamber of Commerce says every sector suffered when Highway 16 was closed for weeks during the height of tourism season. Now, restoration companies, hotels, and restaurants are busy, but retail stores and tourism companies are struggling.
We've seen probably about a half dozen say that they may need to shut down if things do not bounce back in the next couple of months. A number of people suggesting that they're going to need some sort of assistance.
Community leaders say it may be too soon to know all the ways this overwhelming disaster next door will shape Hinton's future.
We're going to be supporting the community of Jasper for years. That's just the nature of the geography in our part of the world, and we're here for them with whatever they're going to need.
Janet French, CBC News, Edmonton.